Who's got some wins they're willing to share? Let's hear a couple.
We sold the new construction flagship house and rolled it into another one out there, and then are working on the custom, which is the coolest of the lot of them that we got out of that. So that entire sort of domino thing worked kind of the way that we planned it to work.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, well, it's immensely satisfying to be like
Hold on.
looking at kind of
I want y'all to understand what really. I want to. That was a tough decision. That was a tough decision. We asked a lot of questions, but it kind of all started with the dream.
You were just getting on that about a year ago, weren't you?
That was scary, wasn't it?
yeah. I mean, it was just like we
But
leveraged it all.
but he took it. But he took action on it and figured out how to. I mean, we asked the question, how could we? Because he couldn't do it by himself. You can't do any of this stuff by yourself. Is that right? You got to have. You just can't. You got to have teams. That's awesome. That is a cool story. It's good. It's good. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a good team,
Yeah.
and the team is
Now-
twice the size that it
We're working
was.
on our team.
Now we're starting to get a team together, but we've had a few iterations. Yeah, it's good.
Funny how.
Who else has got a win?
I guess you could describe it.
Who else has got some wins?
We got that big contract with Boston for the interiors on 27 houses.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
He said, when are we gonna have lots of interior stuff?
Now we have 27.
How does that work? Is that like a production building thing, and you're doing?
The
We're
interiors?
doing 3 tiers at 3 different styles.
So really, it's more than 27.
So you're doing paint colors, countertops, cabinetry type stuff?
Yeah, plumbing fixtures, light fixtures, rugs, and as we're doing this specifications, everything stays with the cottage when you buy it, sell it. And then a separate portion of the contract is we're doing furniture packages for each, so if you wanted to buy one turnkey and just bring the toothbrush, boom.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which
So
could
you're-
lead to
yeah,
people
that's
going,
cool.
well, I
Yeah.
kinda like the interiors furniture package, but I like to customize it, so then they'll work with us
Yeah.
as a custom client then, which is a much better margin.
Which the general
Mhm.
package, even if they decide, we want turnkey, they still get 8 hours of our time, which
Okay.
we're gonna break up into 2 half days.
Uh-huh.
So it's
I
really a
think that
pitch to
helps.
get, hopefully you get 5 out of 27 that'll hire us to just reselect the furniture and work with them custom.
That's our goal.
And they're gonna have a
third.
selections room up at Boston Art Preserve with all this stuff up, so.
Get about 9 of them.
We'll get some FaceTime like that.
Yeah, we get about a third
Or
of
she
it.
will.
So you won't have to do the run around from
Yeah.
spot to spot to spot. You'll have everything in one place.
Yeah.
There's
And it just
some
gets built
Yeah.
product put on the ground, or
Some-
interiors product put on.
some cool stuff with there. What's the win you have?
Man, I'm gonna go back to learning how to say no.
Success is what you say no to. For those of you who went to Paul Dunn, right?
Yeah. Learning how to say no.
Yeah, and that's taking action, by the way. That's making a decision and taking an action. When you say no and actually sticking with it and saying, no, you're not a great, I'm sorry, let me refer you to somebody else, which by one of the best referral strategies you can have is referring other people out, even if they're in the same industry.
Mhm. It is.
So we'll get there a little later, but that's sort of what the deal is. About some wins down there. Anybody have a win?
Alright, I was finally able to set up my DBA for the publication and get my bank accounts all lined up. That took a whole morning. And then I've also got the full wireframe and the URL completely configured, so now we just have to plug in our content. And so that's a heavy migraine.
Yeah.
Getting that website online was a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Most of these guys are sitting around going, websites, let's get somebody.
So our
Yeah.
team and I-
Anybody else? Another win? Share? All right. Challenges. Who's had a challenge?
Team building.
Building a team, yep. Team building, yep. Who else? What else?
Client management.
Specifically, yeah, client management.
Always.
Time management.
Time,
Sales strategy.
sales strategies, yep.
Delegation.
Delegation, time management, climate. Yeah. I mean, one of the reasons I like to talk about challenges is I think everybody's got them. And a lot of times in our businesses, we don't think about it. We don't think in terms of.
Keep going with the flow. We don't.
Yeah, we don't. And we're like, we think we're on this island. It's sort of like the deal with, putting the people on a pedestal, like they couldn't possibly want to talk to me. It's, and we all do that too, by the way. You're way not alone on that one. Everybody who's been in sales their whole life still has that deal. Yeah. I talked to a multimillionaire one time, and he's telling me about his first sales call ever. He started out selling chemicals, and he pulled up to a big plant in West Virginia. It's like this huge manufacturing plant, and he pulled in, and he pulled back out. And drove around for about another 30 minutes. He pulled back in, pulled back out. He did it 3 times, and finally he got enough courage to walk in the building. And it ended up being one of his bigger accounts ever. But, but it was yeah. But he was like.
That's the word. That's so hard to do.
Yeah.
It's cold call.
Yeah. It was one of the. It was.
One-on-one conflict.
Yeah. It's like It's pretty hard. But, like you say, people are people, and a lot of them are, if you can catch them at the right time, a lot of them are willing to sit down and have a chat with you. So it's good. All right. So with challenges come learnings. So what kind of learnings did we have?
Keeping a tight inner circle.
Okay.
Focus on my strengths.
Yeah. Good learning. Focus on strengths. Defend against weaknesses. I've got a nice tool that I learned from a guy a few weeks ago for that, by the way.
Systematize.
Systemize as much as you can. Absolutely. Yeah.
Patience and planning.
Patience and planning. Good. Yeah.
Patience in general.
What about you, Stephen? What about you, Stephen? What'd you learn this last little while?
Just dealing with new personalities and that's not necessarily being our clients. That's being out in the field all the way around. I mean,
Yep.
that's a challenge and a lesson.
Yeah.
You can find both.
Yeah. How about you, Jim? Do you have any lessons this quarter?
Never assume, you kind of build up a whole bunch of ideas about things that you think are happening, but until you kind of just go out there and start talking to people, all that goes away.
Yeah.
So don't spend your time assuming.
Yeah, just go.
It doesn't help.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just take action. They'll tell you. You'll find out. I mean, it's better to know. That's a big one. Thank you. Thanks for that. Any other ones anybody want to share? It all helps us. It's a lot smarter to learn from other people than it is to learn from our own mistakes.
Yeah, I think you've heard me talk the last 2 weeks about, people I'm working with flying at 30,000 feet, not paying attention. I think in the last week I've realized maybe I was flying at 30,000 feet. I wasn't so damn bad.
Yeah, it's a good learning.
Digging back down and trusting what you've learned already.
Yeah. Trust it.
That's a good number.
Yep.
I needed to be proud of that.
Cool. So let's take about 3 minutes and let's see if there's any questions you guys want to answer or anything
$1
you.
million isn't a good answer to that, is it?
Could be.
Okay.
Actually, that might be the answer because
Why would I settle for that little?
we got a little. Yep, that's what I was going to do. In fact, I think I might. Well, we'll do it. I might do that after the gap analysis. I think I will. I think I'll do that. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that one. So what do you want out of today? What would you like the outcome to be? What do you want? And if you have any questions specifically that you want to cover today, let's jump on it. Is there any question that you have or any challenge in your business that you want to cover today? I think it's small enough for us to do a little bit of coaching, peer-to-peer stuff if we need to. Okay? We'll think about it. We'll come back to it. Something will come up as we go through all of this. All right, I'm going to do a quick 6 steps review so that everybody remembers where we are in the business. We're not going to do the full-on 20-page checklist today. If you want another copy of the checklist, I can send it all to you. But you all should actually have it somewhere. If you don't, or if you've misplaced it, then let me know and we can get that out to you. So the first level is mastery. Mastery level, okay? In your business, you have mastery level. That is where we create a commercial enterprise, okay? So a commercial enterprise. So there's 4 areas of mastery. Who can tell me what they are? No? All right, we got some work to do. All right, first area is money mastery. Okay, you got to know where your money's coming from, how it flows through your business, and how it goes out. So that's your balance sheet, your P&L, your cash flow statement, your cash flow forecast, which is not a financial statement that CPAs do. That's different than the cash flow statement. The cash flow statement's what happened. Cash flow forecast is what we want to happen. Okay, so y'all have actually done a good job with that, Jerry, and probably as good as anybody that I've ever had. So well done with that. It's just a matter of getting in. It's just a matter of getting in the habit.
Teamwork, it's teamwork.
Well, I know it's hard.
Break even.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff. Money mastery. Knowing what it's going to take. Every day, every month. What time of the day you break even. Okay.
Yeah, what you gotta make.
Yeah, what you got
What you
to.
gotta bill for it now.
Yeah. And not only that, what I like to add is profit break even. Like how much profit do you want to make, and then that's really what you have to build. Okay, every day. All right. So that's one. Money mastery is one. Who remembers? Anybody? Time mastery would be the second area of mastery. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of refresher here. So time mastery is prioritizing, is your default diary, and if you haven't done that in a while, that can be one of your green sheet items. Update your default diary, because that will make you money. Okay? So, and if you don't, and update your company's default diary as well. All right? Okay? So, time mastery is really self-mastery, isn't it? When you get down to it. It's really mastering yourself. So, self-mastery. Okay, then we've got destination mastery. Where are we going with this thing? What's our vision for the business? What do we want to create? What's the, where's the big picture? If you don't have that clearly worked out, that would be another good area of mastery. Most people don't have this stuff 100% worked out. Right. It's okay.
It changes.
It's okay. That's right. That's right. You get to $1 million and you're like, well, heck, now what? Let's go to 3 million. I've got a client I've been working with about probably 8 or 9 years. We blew right by 3 million. Now where do we go? Where do we go? He's like, I don't know, where do you want to go? He said, we had to stop, sit down, and say. That was beyond his wildest dreams when we started, and now he's like, how do we get to 10 million? So mastery. All right. And then delivery mastery. That's a basic level of customer service. Most of you have that worked out. Okay? Well, maybe not. And if you don't, then we need to ask some questions about it. So, do y'all want me to resend you the checklist so you can do that? You've got it, I know. The thing that's yes or no. Katie, can you make a note on that and just for me to do? I'll send it to them. Okay. In case you didn't have it, because we're not going to sit down and do the whole checklist today. That's beyond the scope of what we're going to do today with y'all. But we'll send it out. All right. So money, time, delivery, destination is in the mastery level. That's where you get a commercial enterprise. In order to make it profitable, you got to find a niche. Okay? You got to figure out what you're good at and what kind of clients you like working with and who you're going to attract into the business. Okay? Sometimes that takes a while. Okay? My niche is business owners. People who want to be professional business owners. That's the niche. Okay? For ActionCoach. All right? So in niche, then you have USP, which is unique selling proposition. and if you have a guarantee, then you'll have a guarantee. So USP and guarantee would be one set of it. And then the second part of niche is the 5 ways. And y'all remember the 5 ways, which is leads times conversion rate equals customers or clients or patients or whatever you call them, times your average dollar sale, times your number of transactions gives you your revenues, times your margins will give you your profits. So everybody, the 5 ways, we've been over that hundreds of times. So, but working the 5 ways is key. You know, we have fewer clients, but we have bigger numbers in your case. Well, in almost all of our cases here. Okay? So we don't have, you know, it's not like a retail store, but the 5 ways still works. That's what everybody says, oh, it's like, we're not a retail. Well, okay. It doesn't matter, it still works. Okay? You know, we're not somebody who's getting $3 and $10 all day long. It's a different kind of business with a number of transactions. So you've got your commercial enterprise that's profitable once you have niche, because at niche you're going to get cash flow. Once you work that out, the cash starts flowing. Okay? Then what you're going to want to do with the cash is put it back into leverage, which is the 3rd level, which is systemizing. So if you're at the leverage level, if that's the main focus of your business, then that's right now, then you're delivering, then you're putting systems into the business for your team to work through. So how do we, what's our process for doing a foundation? What's our process for bringing on a new client? What's our process? 80% of it you can usually systemize. 20% got to be humanized. Does everybody follow that? It's 80-20 rule. You're never going to get past 80% on systemization. You can't 100% systemize everything. It just doesn't. There's always exceptions. And you people on the teams, don't let your bosses go around you on this stuff. When they make a system, get them to stick to it. All right. So that's a commercial, profitable enterprise that works, because we want the business to work, not necessarily everybody in it running around with their heads cut off. We want the business to actually work. Does that make sense? Okay. And then we start building out the team at the 4th level. Okay. So once we have basic mastery of the business, we have a niche, we have the 5 ways, so we know our numbers. Essentially, this is where we know our numbers. How many leads does it take to get us a client? Then we put some systems in place, then we get the teams to run the systems. At the synergy level, that's usually where you get the massive growth. You start getting the curve that kind of does a fun, it's the 27 design things, right? We start getting to the synergy level, and then it results, hopefully that's more time and more money. Who got some BFOs in that little thing that we went through? Yes? No? It was all, I know it was review, but Stephen, you're kind of studying it. Have I never gone over this with you? Man, maybe not. You may not have ever seen that.
We can't get him out of the office.
This is the first time he's been here.
Yeah.
Second.
Oh, he's been.
I haven't been.
Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't mean, generally what you have is a business that's got all of this sort of going on at once. It's just a matter of where you focus at a time. If you're a mastery level business, you got to get your basic stuff together to even stay in business. Once you get to niche, then you can start differentiating yourself. You can start getting some cash flow. At this point, then you're going to put systems in the business and build out the team. Okay, to run whatever the vision is for the business, and then it results. And at this level, then you can expand into other areas or different businesses or one of the things we're doing with y'all is we're looking at, okay, how can we we don't have to move the business or anything, but other geographies. There's no real reason we can't build a house in Tennessee, or actually we're building one in California, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, there's no. Yeah, there's no. Yeah. Does this? Everybody get this? Who's got questions?
We're leveraging team.
Bill,
Yeah.
I put down guarantee under niche. What is that? What are you referring to on that?
Just a guarantee. A lot of people are scared to give a guarantee.
Just on the work you're doing?
Yeah, yeah, or a promise, of something. But what I've worked out is that people generally are going to do what they're going to do. So why not tell the people? If I asked, I've asked him this. Andy, what are you going to do if somebody comes to you and do this? He says, well, we're going to fix the problem. 100% of the time, we're going to fix it. We're going to make it right. Okay? That's pretty much his guarantee. You can say that. You got to, in a building, you got to be careful, but because there's big numbers. But at the end of the day, I work with this engineer. Some of y'all might have met Brian. I don't know. Anyway, he says we've been, nothing's fallen down since whenever he's 1993 or something, whenever he started the business. Nothing's fallen down. He's a structural engineer. That's his deal. So
is his guarantee?
his guarantee. No, he wasn't dead. He just that's sort of how he puts it out there. It's kind of his guarantee, right?
I promise it won't fall down.
Yeah. So it's kind of a funny thing. Look, I had a guy who said, look, I guarantee that I will be on time to any meetings with you. I guarantee I'll be on time. That's a guarantee. Okay? And then what are you going to do if he's not? Well, this guy had $100 in his wallet that he kept. And he always, and sometimes he was late for me twice that I know of. And whoever was late for, he walked in, sat down, pulled out his wallet, gave the guy $100. Said, what's that for? He said, I have this rule with myself. If I'm ever late, I'm giving out $100. Don't think that story got around? Holy cow. But he's on time. He doesn't, I guarantee that I'll be on time for all meetings. You can do guarantees on all kind of stuff.
Well,
But
wouldn't your client feel like crap if they were late to the next meeting?
a guarantee you'll get results or money back, 100% money back, or
Happy clients.
guarantee a happy client, whatever. Does that make sense? All right. Anybody got any questions about that? I thought we need to cover that because I hadn't done that in a while, and that was evidently true. That also goes along with the entrepreneur's ladder. Self-employed,
Yes. Boy, I used
manager,
I used to heck out of that.
self-employed manager,
That team person.
business owner, entrepreneur, investor.
Phil, I used that chart last Friday night with Tom on the porch.
Oh, good.
Having a beer, real good. Sort of pointed out to him where he was in that.
Yeah.
Remember that, Andrew?
All right, so we're going to do what's called a gap analysis here. This is not rocket science, y'all. I want you to rate yourself on all these areas, where you are now and where you want to be. And why don't you just go for 1 to 10?
On each dot,
On each one, like level of satisfaction. Where are you now and where do you want to be? We're going to look for gaps, every single one. And then you get over to one page and you got some numbers you can plug in roughly on gross sales and all that stuff.
Yeah, we are.
Okay?
And 1, 10 being.
Put a number.
10 will be the highest. Yeah, go ahead and rank yourself. Where do you want to be? This is just kind of to see where you might want to do some work. Okay? I've had that conversation with every single one of you in this room at some point. If you do any kind of project work, there's another variable in the mix besides money. It's time. You know how, because a project that takes us,
But I'm gonna
if we make $100,000 on a 3-month project and $100,000 on a 6-month project, which one's better?
Yeah.
The 3-month one, obviously. I'm not, we all know that. So tightening up on the delivery of our services and the delivery of our basic customer service is huge. So yeah, did you have anything specific that y'all were thinking about?
Well, just the turnaround of estimating stuff and designing stuff,
Right.
and the fact that I do almost all of that stuff exclusively. Someone says, we want to put a commission on that. I look at it, okay, great. And then,
Better employee.
3 weeks later, I get them an estimate.
Yeah, they're ready to go. They're ready to go like now.
Well, you're fighting the GTV thing where they're walking around doing it in front of them on iPad. And they're talking about,
Oh, yeah.
1 hour.
So we're in the same boat we are, and he and I are having this debate over here right now, is the numbers of projects or dollar values of projects, which
That's it.
we want to increase, and,
Yeah.
and we've got a little bit of a different mindset that we'll probably have to work with you on a little bit. You know, my mindset is, I was showing up to 6 houses a year, but instead of $2 million a piece, I want them to be $4 million a piece, same number of foundation plans. We can't do 8. We can't draw 8 foundation plans, no matter how expensive a foundation plan is. We don't have the manpower to draw 8. And he's worried about what if the $6 million houses don't all come, you can always fall back on those, but I'm confident enough that we're going to do it.
Step by step.
Yeah, so it's a mix of both,
Yeah.
I
I
think.
think it's employee placement.
When it
You can only
comes,
do so many estimates and designs per year. The only way to make more money is each one of those be more valuable.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Which is why you gotta have a good process for making sure that the ones you do take are the right ones.
Yes,
And you say no to the wrong ones quick, faster.
yes.
Right.
Just get them out of
But
your
we're
way
gluttons, we'll
fast,
say yes to
so
everything.
that you're not messing with
That's
We're
it.
like little street trams.
And no,
you can't take him anywhere.
We're like, we'll take it.
You can't.
We'll
I mean,
take
I'm
it.
just okay, Andrea. It's okay, Andrea. You
And we
just,
see it as
I
a
know.
challenge
I'm used
too.
to it.
We
Yeah.
see it as a
We
challenge.
do that.
Well, and if
It
all
makes
the
me laugh,
clients
too.
are the ideal client, then that's great. It's just that where I ran into trouble was, I was just saying yes to say yes, because I didn't want to say no.
We say
But
yes, even
half of them
sometimes
were,
wrong.
you know, the wrong client, you know,
What-
some of them the wrong client, some of them were a maybe client, and some of them were the ideal
Yeah.
client.
I
When
think
you-
we don't just take everything, but sometimes we say yes,
Yeah.
knowing they're not really our client, but because we think we can help them and we think we can learn something from them.
Yeah.
It can be a mutually beneficial relationship,
There might
even
be
though it may
something
not be
really
possible.
unusual that they want done.
in selling, we always want to get that next sale. And so we don't like, you know, we want to close once you get in that sales mindset. And so you end up with, yeah, I mean, you end up with some stuff you didn't wish you hadn't got, because you say yes to it instead of letting it go on down to somebody else who's better suited probably for it as well. What else do we learn?
Huh? Last year.
I need to focus more on the customer,
Johnson.
the getting the right customer, the sales funnel
You got
Right.
one in there.
Sure.
is what I guess.
We're gonna work on that in a minute. Yeah. Yeah.
Donna.
I've been lowballing my yearly outcome.
Yeah.
I should be reaching for a higher number.
Okay. Yeah. What else?
I gotta work on recruiting and training.
Okay. Make notes of this, because this is what our plan needs to be for this quarter. What are we gonna work on through December to get this down? Whatever you need to work on.
Marketing.
Whatever you might, whatever. This whole process is whatever might be a priority for you for the next quarter. You know, whatever you want to work on. I mean, I've got a lot of things I want to work on, but you know, I got it down to 3 things that I can work on this quarter. I don't see, I mean, it's 13 weeks in a quarter. We got Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's some, you know, what are we going to get done? How are we going to run wind sprints this quarter? How am I going to make a huge difference?
And I think we've got to do it.
Yeah.
Then we need to define our target, and then we need to find the target which environments.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to work on that. Believe me, when you get to referral strategies, it's all about the target. It's all about being clear about our targets, who we want, how we want to get there. And I'm going to jump in there. Okay.
with ours, nobody, and y'all have been this too. Nobody knows if you do it, nobody sees what you do, nobody's heard about you, there's something on the ground.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's really why Smith had to build that house.
She was happy with it. She paid us in full for all.
Somebody had to see it, right?
Sounds like an ideal product.
So when somebody saw it, then they were like, yeah, you can build mine. That's good.
Built worse.
So you had nothing to show.
Well, how are you guys showing your properties? when you're done.
So
Yeah.
that actually hurt us.
It actually hurt us.
People wondered if we were still doing
We
anything.
were
It was an
working.
unfilled project.
We were working, everything, but
Three
actually-
full houses,
it
paid
actually-
in full, happy client, nothing built.
it actually went into 2 years. Because in the subs, with the subs that would have worked on those
Crazy.
projects and the projects that we missed during that period of time.
We lost a sense of market pricing, we lost a sense of people seeing us in the market, our sign on this, in developments, you know. blah, blah.
We had a Christmas party, we had a sub there, and we worked with all the time, and I could just see it in his eyes, we were talking, and finally I took him off the side, and I said, Greg, just so you know, I said, almost every project we worked on for the last 18 months did not go through.
Did not get built.
Did not
Paid in
get
full,
built.
clients
That's why you
happy.
hadn't seen us, that's why you hadn't talked to us, but
Cause he's
there
cabinet
wasn't a
maker, he's
regular
going,
camaraderie there was a distrust, as you could sense it, you could feel it.
are you not using me anymore? Or,
What? I
Yeah.
hadn't seen you any.
Yeah, we designed you in 3 times, but
Yeah.
none of them got built because she's
I mean, And
crazy.
if you told me
So
2 years
hustle
ago,
and bustle is good.
she's gonna pay you to draw 3 houses, she's gonna be happy and none of them are gonna get built, so my liability insurance doesn't have to worry about a damn thing, I'd have said, check, I'll take that. No, that was a bad move.
That's one of those ones you don't realize until after.
It's done.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my portfolio and my website, guys going, you got, not that, but my photographer's calling. You know, got anything to photograph?
All right, I want to divert just a minute. You've kind of looked at where you are and where you want to go in sort of the next year. I want you to get a blank sheet of paper, and you've probably heard of a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. Yeah. I mean, what would be an outrageous goal for you and your company, or you and your business, or you and yourself? Long term, what would be an outrageous?
Long term?
What's your big, hairy, audacious goal? What do you want to accomplish? Just write that down. I mean it.
It was great.
Yeah, I bet, right next to my lights.
Well, we're gonna keep it cold.
I'll keep it cold.
I'm gonna keep it cold. Nobody's going to sleep in any of my stuff.
It is cold.
Yeah.
90 seasons.
The rule
When we
is
have frostbite back here.
the rule is bring
Biggest
a
would be the best.
what do you call it? Cardigan.
I have a sweater.
Tell everybody to bring a cardigan. I'm not sure I know the difference between a cardigan and a sweater.
Sweater has buttons,
I mean,
cardigan does not.
Oh,
I knew she would know. See, that's why I asked.
what if it's got a zipper?
It's considered a jacket.
All you gotta do is ask somebody in design.
And a shawl has none.
Shawl is a blanket.
No arms. Yeah.
and
Shawl is a blanket.
I thought that was a poncho.
Poncho has a hole that goes everywhere.
This is great.
I'm glad you're here. We can work all this out.
Retail.
Yeah.
we kinda are.
Everybody's in
I don't know
retail.
about the silk on Denver Road.
Everybody's in retail. Everybody's in retail. Everybody's got to do business with people. Even if you sell to a business, the person is somebody has to sign that purchase order, even if you're a business to business. You're still in retail.
People don't know that they're in retail.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
Everybody's on commission too, by the
Yep.
way.
That's
And
how
everybody's,
people,
Every single person is on
everybody
commission.
is self-employed.
and that's
Yep.
how people don't understand the
Yep.
quality behind
Yep.
Every-
good customer.
All right, everybody got that goal? All right. Sort of. Sort of. What is it? I'll tell you if you got it.
To be the best. Or the best at a list of things.
Bill, is it,
How you gonna? I mean, if it's a goal, how you gonna measure that?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's
Bill, I know
what's in
yearly
summer.
goals, I can think of my 1-year goal, I can come out 2, 3, maybe even out to 5-year goals, but I have no idea what the end goal is.
Okay. We need
I mean,
some.
is that,
It's not unusual.
okay.
Look, I mean, how many 5 years from now is a little fuzzy for you?
I
I mean, you know, how many of us have we're a little fuzzy 5 years out, right?
Not too bad 5 years out,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
About the
but
actual.
the end result, I have no idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, some big goal. Yeah. Put a number on it. Put a number on something, you know?
How many zeros can you add?
The best doesn't necessarily mean the biggest, by the way.
No.
Yeah,
No,
no,
just the best.
I wasn't thinking about the
Not
biggest.
big.
Maybe for you, it's awards that you've won. You know, maybe you want to, you know, that could be a BHAG to win a international building award or something.
Right.
You know, or you know, win a, you know, whatever it is. But I want you to get like a number goal.
So, how about, I would like to take a sabbatical, maybe in 2020, and get the business to a point.
Sure.
where it could run itself with me being minimally involved.
Perfect.
For a whole year.
For a month.
Oh,
Not
okay.
for a whole
He
year.
wouldn't do it for a whole year.
Well, I'm gonna take care of that in a minute. So a month, that's fine.
A month.
That's your
Be
goal.
able to go
Back off.
This is,
somewhere else and
this
do
is a
something else.
big, hairy,
for a month.
audacious goal though. 1 month isn't.
Well,
That's
Yeah,
what
it
we
is,
do
yeah.
for 2020.
all right.
It's pretty hairy for me
When you're
in
living
terms
at
of what my,
24/7.
Yeah.
what my day-to-day looks like.
Yeah, look, it's okay.
Quarter off.
All right. So whatever you got down there, triple it.
3 months.
Dude, I can't triple it.
So I'd be out.
Triple it. What do you got?
100% residential new construction, 10 to 15 million gross revenue, high-end marketplace,
All right, so
1.5 million.
30 million. Okay, now this is an exercise. All right, 30 million. You just
I
said
don't think I want that.
that just do it. Just do it. So go with me here. Go with me here.
Blindly follow.
Yeah, just
Times 3.
okay, times 3 it. Okay? So 30 million or 45 million. Okay? Now here's the question. I want you to get out another sheet of paper and just start writing what comes to your head. You can work together, you can work in teams, I don't care. You can talk about it on, you know, all as a group. I don't care how you do it. 3 times it. How could I do that? What would have to happen for me to do that? What would have to happen? How could I do it? Okay? And you'll see when you do it, but the reasoning is that it's going to make it a lot easier to hit the goal that you're actually going for. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you
3
to,
times the work, 3 times
Thr-
the effort is probably gonna reach the.
you're probably going to hit
First goal.
you're probably going to hit your first goal. So 3 times it. All right. Let's go for about 10 or 15 minutes working on that, just scribbling as many ideas as you have about how you're going to get there. So you're going to be gone for 3 months, Smith. Okay, you're taking the summer off.
Project manager.
You're going to take the busiest time of the year off. You're going to take the busiest time. What's going to have to happen for you to be able to take the busiest time of the year off for 3 months and go to Scotland or Aruba or wherever you're going to go?
I'm gonna go live at the shop.
Yeah. What's going to have happen
She's gonna work on it.
for whatever you're
I know where those 3 months are going.